unfortunately, like, women had to prove that, you know, we are something to watch. And I get it too. Like, in the very beginning, I didn't really watch the WNBA either. Like, I never did. When Vince left Toronto, it's not like I don't feel like his star kept rising.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
His best moments were in the Toronto Raptors jersey.
Right.
Computers have been able to beat chess masters like for a while now, right? But this particular program is playing in such a way that it will like sacrifice certain pieces that are completely unrelated to any move that a regular player would make.
Oh, okay.
So for example, it'll sacrifice its queen and change the entire strategy of how to play because it's not so concerned with the reasoning. It's more concerned about the probability of it winning.
This makes you feel better.
We are star and I feel we show.
I got another one still. I don't know at one point I'll introduce it in the show, but
when it's time.
When it's appropriate?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I get to antsy. Like, I'm eager.
How many pages you got on that?
Too many, bro. Too many. Were you trying to battle today or what?
No, I'm just curious.
I mean, it started early with the back and forth, between you and I, pause, or no diddy, whatever we're calling it these days. But people have said that they appreciate it. Like, I heard of one too, like, they mess with the sound effects more times.
Only going up this year.
Back once again in this, you know what? Why you guys so quiet? Like, I feel like you guys are so... You guys tired?
Nah. I was going to let you do your little introduction before I take over here.
Before you take over?
Now let's get it all in perspective.
Yeah, hey, where are you trying to go with this?
Nah, I'm just playing.
50th episode.
That's today?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought it was
only going up this year.
Oh, I guess you weren't there for that part of the conversation.
No, I was. I just thought you meant next week.
Yeah, but then, yeah.
Oh, was there more?
I mean, the directive communications over here. What happened, bro?
What do you mean?
How come you didn't communicate it?
It's in the chat. Like, I could communicate it, but you got to read it, right?
I just said I missed it.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. He's trying to instigate stuff.
Shout out each one of our lives, because we've all got things to do. It's hard to keep up with the group chats, as many as they are. Because, you know, there's always that one that doesn't include that other person. And then the one that includes that person, but not that other person.
You guys have those ones?
Yeah.
Only going up this year.
Actually, that should have been I'm lying. He's lying. We don't have one of those. There's only one group chat or two group chats.
It's literally
two
fine,
group chats.
guys.
2 group chats.
It's not a problem.
And you're in both.
It's not a problem.
We just haven't started that one without him yet.
I just show up and work. That's it.
That, yo. But before we stray too much.
Oh, that was way too perfect.
Yes, this is our 50th episode. I happen to go by the name of Bun. You can find me on Instagram at wha'SUP Bun. Over here to my left, the homie from way, way back. It's been so long. But here we are.
I know.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Not me.
Only going up this year.
Pree. If you didn't catch that one already, big up your thing real quick, yo.
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram at Pree_Pree and at www.bodyammo.ca.
Only going up this year.
I love that for you.
Me too. Thank you.
Only going up this year.
Over here to my right, we got SB the student.
That's right.
Are you going by SB the king today?
I like that.
Only going up this year.
Shout out First King Clothing.
Yeah.
Only going up this year.
I need that colorway, yo. I need that colorway. But he has some over there for me. I have to go get it from him. I've been meaning to. I've just been a little bit busy.
Only going up this year.
That guy, he goes by the name of Lazy Jaw.
Only going up this year.
You could stream his music on every streaming platform, I believe, including YouTube. Behind the scenes, we got Knots. Big him up every time. Keep him booked.
Keep him busy.
Zealous, authentic pictures. I see the camera moving. You're in your bag today, huh?
Only going up this year.
Shout out Face.
Yo, I was just getting there. He'll be joining us at some point during the episode. I think we could probably get him on the line early still, but we're gonna have him on here with us.
Only going up this year.
Big up everybody who's been with us on the journey thus far. Everybody who's been watching all those episodes from way back. Big up everybody in Germany. Whoever you guys are, love and respect every time, because I see you guys showing up on the list too. YouTube numbers are on their way up, but a lot of the audio seems to be like bubbling a little bit here and there between different places.
Only going up this year.
But love you guys, respect every time. Thank you for joining us once again. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notification button. And like SB said,
now let's get it all in perspective.
Where do you guys want to start? Because I like that shirt you came in this week.
Thank you.
Because that WNBA ball has been bumping.
It's been pretty fire.
NBA playoffs are around the corner. That NCAA women's tournament, that men's NCAA tournament. Shout out Vince Carter. Just got voted into, well, not voted in. What is it? They announced.
No, I don't know.
Let me double check the facts before we get into this. But SB, how you feel about starting there? Or Priya, you want to start with NCAA?
Did you watch the game?
I didn't. Yo, the type of things that I'm tied up with these days, I haven't watched sports since football finished. I probably watched 2 innings of the Blue Jays opener while I was at work, and I haven't consumed any sports.
You haven't watched ball?
And I am nothing. I don't even know what place the Lakers are in right now. Are they out? They're not gonna make it, or what's going on? Yo, trust me. If Face was here, he'd be looking at me away right now. But not, you know what place they're in?
Wow.
I think 10th.
Is it 10th?
I think 10th.
Because that's the last time I checked. They were in 10th. I just don't know if they're still there. They're in the play-in, right? All right. Well, I'll double check that in the meantime. But NCAA women's basketball. What's up with that? You watched
March
that
Madness.
game, though, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was, I think the Iowa and LSU game was, I just saw stats on it, and it was, I think it was 12.7 million. I think that's what it was. And that was the highest of any MLB game. I think NBA game, except for one.
Wow.
Yeah, that game was insane. Caitlin Clark dropped 41. That's
right.
41. And the next closest
Is
person
it like
on
a
her
cool
team,
40? Like, who does she look like out there? Like, if you compare, like,
she's,
or should I not
like,
compare right now? Like,
no,
I'm
you
just
could
looking
compare.
for like is she like
Like
an AI type
she's
of
like a Steph.
a Steph?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like pull up 3.
So that was the one that was in the
pull up
All-Star
3.
game, right?
No, the
That's
one that
the
was
one?
in the All-Star game was Sabrina Ionescu.
Yo, am I that far off?
Yeah,
with these
that's
right
sad.
now? Are you sure?
Am I sure?
Okay. You are the expert.
I'm not the expert, but I know more than you.
In this
Fair.
room, you are the expert.
So yeah, like that game was fire. And like I think
It's definitely not me.
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, they're both going for the WNBA draft this year. So they opted into it. So yeah, it's dope.
Remember that WNBA conversation we had with Corey Cree?
Yeah.
You see it improving? How'd you like that take? Because if you start hearing these numbers, these stats, it's growing. Do you think it's going to grow enough to where
It was
enough
more than
men
March
are gonna be
Madness.
paying-
Like all the viewership, all the thing, it was sold out. It was way more than the men's March Madness.
The push is there right now. So it's growing right now, but it's got to be more long-term, right? So it's too early to say. But I'd still stick with what I thought.
I remember the
There's a lot of support, I guess, right? Because what's her face? Was facing off with Steph in the 3-point.
Sabrina.
Yeah, Sabrina, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So there's more attention on it. There's more, lights pointing that direction. It's definitely more support. But now is everyone going to follow and start actually watching it? As of right now, yeah, okay, it's going that way, but let's see what happens.
And I hate the fact that I can't speak much to this because I've fallen off of sports so much. It's sort of, what word am I looking for? Rivalry between two figures. And that's what helped shape basketball for men in the 80s when it was Magic versus Bird. And that rivalry goes back to college, not just NBA basketball. So what they're doing with homegirl from LSU,
Reese, Angel
yeah,
Reese,
and then the white girl from Iowa,
bro, Caitlin Clark. He has his own tournament. Ice Cube, yeah, Big Three. Yeah. He offered.
He offered. Play. I heard that story.
Yeah, $3 million to play. Yeah, that's the first time ever.
Yeah, he offered what?
He offered Caitlin Clark $3 million to play in his league.
Smart move.
Definitely a smart move.
That's huge.
Yeah, especially you even throwing the idea out there so other players who may not be at her level, it's like there's an opportunity there right there.
The momentum from all of this, a lot of it, not all of the momentum, but a lot, like a big push came from Kobe.
Oh, for
like
sure.
That's where it, like, you know what I mean? Like he was very supportive in that. Yeah. And like he did a lot of interviews where you know, people are like, oh, you got to have a son to like carry on your legacy. Yeah. And like Gianna, like rest in peace. She was like, no, I got this. Like, I'm good. Like, I got this. He created all that foundation. He was her coach. He coached Sabrina too. Like all this stuff. Like there's a lot. He put a lot into that. And like it raised a lot of momentum. I'm not saying it was just him. I'm just saying like
that was definitely a really big
push. He would always wear. You would always see him with this glove all the time.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? And like, and now it's just like, unfortunately, like women had to prove that, you know, we are something to watch. And I get it too. Like in the very beginning, I didn't really watch the WNBA either. Like I never did. And now like the level and the caliber of like what's going on is just like, it's insane. Like I'm watching her, like Caitlin Clark's, like her training videos and like what she does, like her off season stuff. Like it's crazy.
You guys still play ball?
Is that a serious question?
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
I don't like play.
Like even like a pickup game.
No. I have a 1-2 friends that tore their Achilles and stuff in their 30s, and I said never will.
Yeah, I have a few that did that
never
too.
Will I.
I have a few that
never will I.
I still play. I mean, I haven't in a while, but like I used to play baseball, and I played hockey, and I played flag football, like on a co-ed league.
Baseball, yes. Everything else, nah, I'm good still.
Yeah. Hockey was dope. Nah. Baseball was dope. Football was crazy. I loved it.
That's even.
I got a concussion.
Nah, bro, I can't.
But it was very fun.
I am good doing my 30-minute walks every day. That's that's all you need to do. So
you don't have any like motivation. I'm not saying this in a bad.
I hit the driving range.
I'm not saying it in a bad way, but like to lift and like to be defined.
If I have any desire,
definitely
have a desire. We all have a desire, but do we all have the time? No. Yes, they say you need to make the time, but I find it much easier to make the time for my 30-minute walk than to make the time to do the weightlifting. I will randomly, though, go through these spurts where I'll just start doing it. I'll be sitting in front of the TV on some like...
But if you have time to do a 30-minute walk,
I could
then
just
you could do a 30-minute lift or alternate or just add it into your routine. And you don't need to go to the gym. You could do it at home. You could do body weight stuff.
I feel like that's my gardening and stuff, though.
Gardening?
Yeah, a lot of that work that you've seen, it's me literally outside.
I get it, but you're comparing gardening to weightlifting?
And it's winter or spring. Or like it's
you've never seen my level of gardening, I promise you.
I'm sorry, are you squatting like 20-pound bags? Over and over again? Yes. So you're just putting it on your back and squatting in the garden?
Listen.
I'm asking you.
Hit that scammer button right now.
You put the bag on your back and then you're in your garden and you do like 20 reps of squats.
I'm not doing 20 reps. My reps would be going from the car to the backyard with that same joint.
Okay, so you're not squatting. Right. You're just carrying a bag.
At some point I'll do some random dips here and there and I am squatting to put it down. It's a squat.
Yeah, that's a pause.
Are you?
I thought we're not doing pauses. I thought
we're not. I just want to hit it up.
I thought we're doing no ditties. I thought we're on the no ditties now. Now we're on stick.
Are you being serious?
Yo, Yes, I promise you.
So you think you're gardening by you going and picking up a bag of soil and bringing it to the back and putting it down.
I'm not talking just soil though.
Okay, what else are you talking about? Mulch?
All different type of stuff. Stones, bricks.
Mm-hmm. But you're just walking and carrying it.
I'm taking it from my car where I'm lifting.
Mm-hmm.
Walking.
Are you doing reps? Are you curling it?
Reps would be me going there and back and forth.
You're not doing that 3 or 4 times a week. Like how many times are you doing that?
Are you curling stone bricks in the backyard? I'm just saying, I get what you're saying. I get that maybe it's a bit strenuous.
Like landscaping, what do you want me to call it to make it seem like it's work? Like
I'm not saying it's not work, but it's not
exercise.
It's not comparable to a gym workout.
You can't be
like in terms of frequency.
Are you progressive overloading? Like, you're not doing that.
All right.
Are you doing a rep of bricks like 20 times?
So are you guys
sets?
Are you guys telling me that that's not considered exercise? Then?
No, I'm not saying that.
I'm just
so
saying,
what are we talking about?
It's not frequent.
I'm saying weightlifting. That's what I'm saying.
You're still lifting a weight.
You're not repeating a weight. You're not doing anything with progressive overload to gain muscle. I'm not saying.
What else is gonna happen?
I'm not.
If there's a weight attached to it, if there's a weight attached to it, so how do you think I'm still not gonna?
So do you have a stone and you're like this in the backyard? I'm asking.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
You're just saying it's a workout. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
Like
I get that. I get it could be a workout.
I'm saying,
but in terms of replacing the gym, it's not replacing the gym.
But are we talking about replacing the gym, or are we talking about me working on physique?
Let's just say both.
I'm not talking about you not
but
burning.
That would count as exercise.
You're burning calories, sure. I'm not saying you're not, but you're not building muscle.
Yeah,
you are building muscle.
I don't think you're doing.
Do you know how to build muscle?
I don't think you're doing it frequent enough to start building muscle. Not to mention, like, you're gardening like half the year. Half the year is gone. It wouldn't be the same thing.
But that's not to say that I'm not doing anything to contribute to building a physique. Is that fair to say?
No.
What are you doing in the winter? That's relative to gardening.
Bro, who said it has to be year round?
So how are you?
If I only work out in the summertime, would that still not be like with my intention of doing?
But that's not
helping to build my physique.
You're burning calories, but it's not a workout.
Even if you're doing that, I don't think it would be frequent enough.
You know what we should do then? Get a trainer on here with us. Anybody have a good trainer that they'd like to invite?
I could invite a trainer out,
or even one of those boxing dudes.
We could do that too. I mean, you got one here right now, but just saying.
You're also speaking to a coach, right?
Yes. That's well.
Okay.
I thought he's gonna be like, or
I don't think he has anything to say to that.
He always
so what? What are you? No, but are you suggesting that I can't?
So no basketball.
Crediting him with his knowledge or something?
I'm just saying what you're saying is ridiculous.
Yeah, and then this is where it just turns into a debate as to what perspective you see it from. Because to me, if I am intentional about doing yard work in the summer, right?
I'm listening.
That would be I'm like part of that would be me, yes, using that as exercise to help build towards maintaining a physique.
What do you mean by maintaining a physique? Building muscle, losing weight, what? Keeping the exact same way that you are,
burning calories, having a sweat.
What is it?
But I feel like we need to clarify the question then from the very beginning.
Yeah,
were you asking whether or not I don't care to do anything to contribute to maintaining a physique?
Okay, you keep saying maintaining a physique because you're sticking on this one line. What I asked you was, do you have any desire to build muscle? That is what I asked you. You keep saying you garden to maintain your physique. So your physique is what you look like right now. So you want to maintain the way you look right now. I asked you if you have a desire to build muscle, and you're telling me you're squatting mulch in your backyard to do that.
And then I went into the 30-minute walk, which I think is dope, by the way.
I think that's great for your cardiovascular.
But then adding in, well, you could go to the gym and lift weights instead of the walk. But then you're like, that's going to take away from my gardening because I do the gardening when you could work out at home.
Yeah. And then it's like, where do we end with this argument? Because you see all those stones that you see outside of my house and stuff? That's literally me going to the garden center, picking them up, loading them into my car, bringing it to my house, unloading it from my house by picking it up, walking into the backyard with it, and then putting it down.
So now that they're
is
down,
a constant repeated like motion of like
fair. Now that they're down,
SB.
Now that they're down, do you pick them up, take them away, and then do it again?
No.
Okay.
I want to go back to the part where
you're like, that is not considered exercise. Is what I'm trying to do.
I'm not saying it's not considered working out. I'm not saying you're not building. You're not burning calories.
No,
sure.
No, but he said he's doing squats with the bags, like reps.
Yeah, I can't because he's picking them up and putting them down.
Is that considered exercise?
No, it's definitely considered
exercise.
So
are you then telling me that I wouldn't be building any muscle by doing that repeated motion? At least, like, bro, this is me going on spurts of steady 2 weeks, maybe a week off, another steady.
Okay, but you did it and now it's done. So now what?
Yeah, it's not repetitive.
So like now what? You put all the stones down. It's beautiful. Everything's beautiful.
How much soul you put in
So now what?
Yeah, but you've seen it, right?
But now what are you doing? You did it. I get that. You went to the gardening center and you picked up the stone. You put it in the car and then you brought it home and then you put it down. And then did you pick it up, put it back in the car, take it back to the gardening center and do that 6 times? No. After you put it down, you left it. And then you continued to do it until it was done. So now what? So everything's done now. So now this year in the summer, what are you going to do? Get more stones?
Everything's not done yet. There's still more work to do.
Oh, okay. All right, man. You're dumb. Is my perspective on this topic.
You say?
We should go shoot hoops one day.
I don't want her on my team.
Even if it's a shots.
I don't want her on my team.
I don't want to be on your team.
She's one of those.
I'm nice with it, so I don't want to be on your team. I don't need you holding me down, holding me back. Who wants that? Not me.
Hadouken! You know what? We can go all night.
You can't hit a Duke it and say, like you got to hit the Duke it and say where we're going back.
Kobe. No?
Hadouken! Oh, you have it too?
I got it.
I don't know what. Yeah, you just got it today, right?
Yeah, I just got it today. Mine would be Ken though. I'm more of like a Ken.
So then why do you have it?
You're like a Ryu, no? Well, you'd have to be because I'm Ken.
Interesting. Why do you say that?
Because that was my favorite player.
No, like why do you say he would be more like a Ryu?
Because I picked Ken already. We can't both be Ken.
No, but you said I would be more like. What gave you that?
Because I just answered that. Because I if I'm Ken, I would want you to be like, I wouldn't want you to be Ken too.
But then you could pick anybody.
I picked Ken.
No, I'm not you. I'm saying you could have picked him to be anybody.
No, but this is in the context of the Hadouken.
Okay.
Yeah. Kobe. Going on to that, he was like a sponsor in a way, with the way that he would talk about his daughters, talk about the games, bring it up. The WNBA would really benefit from someone else like that. Who else is in that realm? That's an ex-player that's got their kids involved or is coaching to that level.
Yeah, but I don't think he was like a sponsor. He was just a supporter.
Okay, support is a better word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he created
very vocal supporter
that
has a lot of fame and connects.
That foundation.
Yeah.
For like his like Home Mamba organization. So that was really dope. That was cool. Are you all right over there?
Where's that sweater from?
Make Way and WNBA did a collab. So, and it says it's not women's basketball, it's just basketball.
Oh, no, it's just saying to show.
Can I see it? I don't know if you can.
It's kind of bright, so I mean, he'll probably figure something out.
It's a good message.
Nah, but what I was trying to remember was the women's league that they have in the summer here in the city.
Hoop Queens?
Hoop Queens, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I went to 2 games last summer. I enjoyed the experience.
Nice.
Damn it, what's her name? I'm not even sure what her title is. The president of the league.
I don't know.
It starts with a K. I was trying to remember. That's what I was trying to pull up. Oh, this is gonna bother me, man. But anyways, I really like what they're doing over there. Have you been to a game before?
Like Hoop Queens?
Yeah.
No.
But you're familiar enough with it to know what the experience is like?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Maybe we should add that to our list. Yo, SB, like, there's
No, don't get
like,
distracted. So
these are like all of that to me just sounds like some no Diddy shit. This guy's over here playing with his mouth. Nah, so you see any of that stuff?
It's just you. It's just you watching.
Yeah, I'm saying I feel like we should add that to our list of things to do this summer. So we have the skydiving, the jerk chicken, and hoop
I keep
queens.
forgetting about that.
What? Skydiving?
No, chicken.
Because you don't want to get washed. That's why.
Bro, I'm not the one. I am not the one.
I can't wait, yo.
I can't wait.
I forget
love that you
about
guys are
it.
building up
I
that
forget
energy
about
now.
it because
This
you're
guy, but I feel
irrelevant.
like you're gonna be on some like, oh, I don't know who's the best.
Oh
We should do
no,
it all
are you
over
kidding
again.
me? I'm the last guy to be like that. I'm gonna be legit.
Yeah, I
with
don't
it.
think.
We'll have
he
more
would
than
say
one
that.
judge. I'm just taking one.
But I
seat.
think he would like thoroughly explain. You'd be like, this is good, but like it was more like spicy or like heat wise or whatever. Like I think you would just go in depth with your explanation.
I'll take that. I feel like that's warranted criticism. No.
Yeah, but this needs to be on some. You can't know whose was whose,
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's more than fair. I don't want to be biased.
and then
Yeah.
exactly. You can't look and see what color.
Who do you think I would
tin it
pick?
came
Who do you
in
think
or
I would pick
something.
if I was being biased? If
Exactly. Well, that's what I don't want to know.
I knew?
We could take a quick break and see if we can get a face on the line,
Yeah,
Sounds good.
he'll be another one of the judges.
buddy. And you know, if he knows whose is whose, you know who he's choosing.
Knots?
How? How would he know?
We were talking about a little bit of basketball before you joined us. Before we took our first break, Pree and I got into a back and forth about
Gardening.
it wasn't gardening.
Lifting weights.
Isn't that SB's job?
What? Oh, that was a good one. Shout out!
Shout out
what
farmers.
episode was that? Yeah, no farmers, just fools. Anyways, I felt like she was dismissing my gardening as not counting as exercise or building muscle.
You don't have to feel like I was. I was.
All right, dismissing it.
Yes.
Hold on, you want a quick take on this, or are we moving on?
No, definitely.
Because
not.
based
I'm not
off
time
of that
for I'm not-
reaction, you
No,
sound
I was
like
just. I'm.
you know what? Don't even.
I
Start.
guess.
Don't even start.
Yeah.
We had mentioned the women's NCAA tournament and how big that has been for the sport of basketball in with respects to women and building their side of the game.
Yeah.
Their side of the game.
Of the sport.
Mm.
I mean, damn, yo, am I that bad? Does it sound that bad?
I mean, if you think you're that bad, then I guess that's just what it is. It's your projection on yourself.
It's amazing how quick Pree bust the gun and then just drops it same speed. You know what I mean? Like, nah, yo, not me. But if you think it's you, and hey, you want to take accountability, sure.
That would be lovely. Anyways, you want to talk about Vince? Was that where you're going to get to?
Sure, yeah. Let's get straight to Vince.
To
Vince,
get
where you
the
at with
heat
it?
off of you so you can stop sweating?
It's just
I ain't trying to
crazy.
sweat when you guys turn the heat on in here, yo.
Let's stick to Vince.
You're welcome.
Oh man, just going back to that moment. I mean,
It's epic.
It's iconic.
that
It
was
is
like,
iconic.
I feel like that was probably the first we here,
Yeah.
Toronto NBA, yo, we are here. like that. Like he had the entire, and in that moment, he had the entire NBA, the entire fandom, like everything. He had it in the palm of his hands, like that slam dunk. Like it was all eyes on him, and that, like, you see KG's reaction, you see Shaq's reaction, like all of them. Like he had all of them. They were like, "Whoa, that is some next level!" Like, whoa.
Even when he says it's over, like that clip of
in
him,
the camera,
that's like embedded in my memory.
Yeah,
like I can't forget that if I wanted to. I could see it so vividly.
The take right before that is like Shaq with his Canon
camcorder. Just
with his
bug-eyed.
face, like, exactly.
Like,
but who thinks to do that, right? Like, I mean, and look how many dunks after that were inspired by him,
and that's it,
right?
and that's
like the
it.
windmill, like no one ever out, like, you know, you put your elbow, you hung off the rim with your elbow, dog.
All to this day, that hasn't been remixed. That hasn't been, like, that was, people didn't even know how to react.
Because
like, you
how
see that
did
in real
you?
time? Like, everyone's just like, what?
How could you? Like, who's gonna fathom, like, hey, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
This is what I'm gonna do. But I feel
Next
like
level.
Since then, like, that era of like dunk contests and like All-Star game is like unmatched. I'm sorry. I don't think any of these, the newer generation,
they're all trash.
I always
except
said
for the All-Star game in Toronto and Zach LaVine up against
no, exactly. I was just gonna say
every other dunk contest
have
just been nothing.
The two biggest slam dunks,
nothing, but they just weren't it.
The
outside of that, Vince Carter, and then that Toronto All-Star game.
That was the coldest weekend.
It was.
Life.
Yo, I remember that weekend. It was like cold enough just for the entire. Oh no, that entire weekend was sussed.
Yeah, it was
weather-wise, the entire, like, evereverody was so like lit for when it came.
Yeah, like, you couldn't go out.
It was done. It was,
I mean, I did go
cold.
out, but like still.
It was mad cold. Like,
it
was one of those ones.
But I feel like that moment is, like, for me, like, the three, like, iconic, like, pictures that I have in my head of, like, moments in sports for Toronto is Carter, and then Bautista with the bat flip, and Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Was, like,
yeah, for sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, those were the moments.
I thought that's what I thought you guys were gonna.
Like, I'm not saying, like, obviously what he did was insane. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, the photo, the picture,
the image.
Like, I can see, like, Carter when he hit it and when he ran. Like, I can see that, but, like,
I can see the running of the bases.
But, like,
I can see the running of the bases. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like, there's a picture of Bautista flipping the bat. Like, I can see that. Kawhi sitting on the floor, I can see that. Carter like this, I can see that. Like, you know what I mean? I just don't have a picture of Joe Carter, but I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Where you at with that? You would put the Carter in your top three? That Joe Carter? Because to me, like, Drake used it as a cover for Back to Back when he's right about to around first base and he has his arms up. That's sort of the moment that everybody's captured in their head. Or when he's running at the third baseline when he's jumping, right? Because I feel like you would have a moment captured in your, because you're like the baseball guy too. So,
but it's funny because for me, I was saying is the running of the bases.
That I remember.
When he's like jumping up and down.
When he's like when he does, like
the
when he hits it,
the whole thing,
and he's watching it, like I can all of it, like I can see
the high fiving on the
all of it,
all of it,
It's just.
But there's not a particular image.
Yes,
and I get what you're saying, like the image portion, like there's a still in that moment in time, in that whole entire sequence, whatever, like that still, there's an iconic still, and the ones that she dropped, I would have to agree, like those ones.
Yeah,
for sure. Because I could see those stills.
Yeah,
I could see them perfectly. But like the running of the bases, I see the movement, like the entire running, like first, second, third, like as he's coming home, like the parting, and then the coming of together when he crosses the plate, like all of it.
Yeah. What year? That was the 99 dunk off, right? With Vince, 99 2000.
Dunk off. I can't remember which year that was.
Was it 2001? I don't know.
It was 2000.
But like, see, even the picture that you just showed, like with him with his hands up, like if you notice, like when Kawhi like shot the shot, like he was like still for like a second or two, like he was waiting and watching. When like Joey, but I'm saying like for the still, like when Joey flipped the bat, like he flipped it and stood there,
Mhm.
Like there's a
Yeah.
when Carter said it's over, like
Oh,
he
that-
did it and
yeah.
he stood there.
Yeah.
So like I think that's where this.
I think the Carter and the bat flip would have to be above that for the mere fact that Carter looked at the camera and like said to the world, "It's over."
Not to mention,
Whereas
it's so,
Kawhi was like looking at the shot, like, "I hope this joint goes
No,
in."
for
In
sure.
terms of the moment,
For sure.
that,
for
that
sure.
and- but like if you go online, that video is visible in so many memes,
yeah.
way more than
But how many of these kids?
this.
How many of these kids that use this actually saw the dunk off? How many? Like, not many.
not many.
No, they don't.
And I was gonna say, the more closer you got to more recent, the more vivid that image is, because the Kawhi is more recent. Like that was like 5 years ago. That is more vivid in your mind than the Carter, which is the most furthest back, and then you have the bat flip in between, because it's further back, right? Like you can still picture it; it's still vivid, but it's going further back. And then the closer you get to more recent times, the more, I guess, influence I would think images have on today's generation because of Instagram and social media, the whole, emergence of social media and just images and TikToks and just, you know what I mean? Like pictures stand out much more. They're given that much more impact nowadays than before, in my opinion, at least.
I feel sorry.
That's
for
why
these
it stands
young-
out.
I just feel sorry for a lot of these young boys who haven't seen a quality dunk off outside of, I guess.
The last one was Zach Levine, Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
That was the last great.
And that was what,
dunk off.
2016? That was a while back at this point.
That was 15, 16, yeah.
15, 16, yeah.
Yeah. Again, Toronto.
That was
the
epic,
two the two last
was
greatest
epic.
dunk offs are associated with Toronto.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah. So what's next? What do we need to bring over here then for it to be a little bit more turned up? Maybe the All-Star. You know what? Toronto might be pushing for the baseball All-Star game actually with these renovations that they just did to the Rogers Center.
Yo,
We
I
got
think
the World Cup coming
it's on
up.
deck.
We'll have a
I
couple
think
there's
it's on
the
deck.
World Cup is coming up, yeah. We'll have a couple games here in the city. Damn, yo. So what are you saying? Vince Carter all day into the Hall of Fame? No doubt.
You know what the funny thing is? I remember when this man left Toronto, I was like, number one, like, yo, Bon Vince, like, yo.
It's because
this
of the
guy
way he left.
disrespect.
It's the
Like,
way
yo,
he
it was,
left.
exactly. It was so mucky. And this man, like, I was so anti-Vince for the longest time. Like a stereotypical Toronto fan, like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, the way he left was mucky. And he deserved that vitriol, to be honest. Like, he deserved it, straight up. That being said, having an understanding of how the NBA Hall of Fame, the criteria for the inductees compared to other sporting, he would have to get in. Like Vince, like he would have to get in.
I think that
like-
he also wanted to retire a Raptor. He said
100
that,
he
like, he said
has
that in
to.
an
He has
interview.
to. He has
So,
to. I mean,
like, you know what I mean? So
his
I
most
don't.
iconic moments were in a Toronto jersey, were in that span. The one thing I could say that there's a highlight outside of Toronto, there's, a few lights, but like the ones that stand out that are embedded in his elite status, like elite level career, is the dunk in the Olympics where he jumped over the
Oh,
man.
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Oh,
What
that
was he,
was the
7?
one.
He was 7 feet.
Oh, man.
7 feet. Like that was like, come on.
Yeah,
And
that
again,
picture
like
too. That picture too is
I was
in
just
my
gonna say
head.
that. I can see that
that
too.
still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like,
that
again,
poster was
Vince
everywhere.
Carter had the whole basketball world. Like, there's moments where you're just like, no, he doesn't have, I guess, the status
See if
of
there's a video.
other champions, but like he had the whole basketball world in awe. Like, just absolutely shook. Like, look what this guy just did.
Crazy.
Like, man,
The
just
confidence in just doing that is
straight up.
yeah.
Vince
something
has
else,
definitely
man.
had his fair share of those moments. Like his highlight reels.
I
is
was
one
just
of
gonna
those-
say that his highlight
It's
reels.
One of those ones that are like,
Oh, is this it?
way up there.
Insane, absolutely insane. And that's the thing. Like, that's why he does deserve it. He does deserve it. Yo, did you take in the documentary? The impact he had on Canada alone.
Yeah.
The impact this man had on Canada alone. He for a good moment shaped
So he slapped the floor.
Canadian culture.
So then, okay, so let me hit the Hadouken for a second.
I used to do that all the time when I would play. When I
What?
get mad, I was hit this floor.
Oh, you right. So going back to Kobe, because Pree had mentioned Kobe earlier in the show. Oh my goodness. Sorry. So Shea Gilchrist-Alexander, Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just saw a clip of him not too long ago where he was talking about how much Kobe inspired him.
Yeah.
So to me, if you're a kid from the city, how many of you guys would be saying you're more influenced by Kobe than you were Vince? Because Vince was like really big for us. Or is that too far of a gap in age for him?
Listen, I can say.
I think it's different.
And because Kobe's name lasted longer, Kobe was just a bigger
only
star.
different now. It's only different now. I can say going back when, like in real time, when Vince was still here and when they were on the come up, Kobe, young Kobe, early 20s, Afro, the whole nine. I could say I could put Vince over Kobe. Mind you, again, the bias of a Toronto kid versus an LA kid. You know what I mean? Growing up, but like he was of that level before the rings, before the career retirements, before like it was written. Vince was of that level. That's what I'm saying. He had the whole league on smash. He could drop the 40. He has the buzzer beaters. I think Vince Carter's up there for game winner and buzzer beaters. Like he's done it. He's done it all. He just doesn't have well.
No, except in the playoffs.
In the playoffs.
It was in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Not the run.
Yeah, because he had
What is that? He never did it when it mattered.
Yeah, but that was like our entire like franchise. Forever.
It mattered to us then. Don't sleep on. Yeah, we've come a long way. It mattered back then, but we had nothing to show for ourselves. Those game winners.
I think it's like the legacy, right? Like the legacy of Kobe, the legacy of Jordan.
And that's
right?
what it is.
And it's like the younger kids are like, oh, Durant is my GOAT. And I'm only 12. Like there was a sign, this girl was like, Durant's my GOAT. I'm only 12. Sorry, Michael.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But it's like the legacy of Jordan, the legacy of Kobe, the legacy that LeBron's leaving. Like the longevity of that. I mean, when Vince left Toronto, it's not like I don't feel like his star kept rising.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
His best moments were in the Toronto Raptors jersey.
Right, but like for LeBron started rising in Cleveland. Then he left. Then he was in Miami. And then he did that. Then he went back to Cleveland. Now he's in the Lakers. Like, so that with yeah, fair. But like with Michael, with the Bulls, like it just kept going and kept going and kept going. Vince went up and then down. So I think that's the difference.
You can say that about a lot of NBA stars.
No, fair, yeah. But I mean, like, if you're trying to compare Vince and Kobe, like
at this point, there is no comparison.
Not now, but I'm saying like back at the time, like they're both rising, and then Kobe just stopped. I mean, Vince just stopped, and Kobe kept going, and same with the other two, like LeBron and Michael.
So
his
when
rise
I'm
are short-lived.
But his best days that were when he was in Toronto. They rivaled Kobe before, because that's the thing. That was before Kobe even got his rings, if I'm not mistaken.
I just also feel like he was not always. You know how you always like go to like your guy, like your star. It's like he was. I don't want to say not. I don't want to say he wasn't consistent, but like at the times, like when you were saying, like when it mattered, like to do this and to get this and to win, he didn't.
You guys are forgetting Vince was that dude back in the day. And in that run between 2001 to 2003, the talk was Kobe, Vince.
Yeah,
Vince.
I remember vividly. Yeah.
No, I agree with that. Go ahead. Sorry.
And to your point, that's exactly what happened, is that Kobe's ascension, it kept climbing.
Exactly.
Because they kept winning.
Right.
The problem with Vince is that he had the inner turmoil with management. And management at the time, they weren't really fulfilling the needs that he was requesting.
And that's what we didn't know.
There was a couple trades that he wanted and they didn't grab.
And they didn't.
McGrady go.
That was insane.
That bothered him.
But I also think that they weren't making him like the superstar of the team.
Vince or
like
McGrady?
I feel like they were okay. You see how like they put I don't know. I guess at that time, like, you know, when they put everything into Kobe, was it Kobe and Shaq? Yeah. Yeah. But like with Vince and McGrady, I feel like they were fighting to be one on the team. Like, I don't ever feel like Toronto had like their always immediate go-to until Kawhi.
No, it was Vince.
It wasn't.
It was.
It
Vince.
what? It wasn't because McGrady was trying to. It was him and go ahead.
With Vince and McGrady, when that was happening, I think at one point McGrady was, and Face, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think McGrady was coming off of the bench, and then he ended up working his way to starting. And as McGrady was starting to progress in his skill,
yeah,
McGrady was just like, yo, I'm on your level. I want my own team.
Right.
And he ended up bouncing to Orlando.
His home team.
And Vince was upset about it because he's just like, yo, it's you and me. We're family. We can do this, right? We're great as it is, but
he regrets it. He says that in interviews now too.
McGrady has said that, yes. And Vince took it out. He was so pissed off that he took it out in the 2000 Olympics as to why we saw that dunk of death.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then from there, Vince started to climb. The franchise was just like, all right, this is your team. And Vince ran with it with the help of Oakley.
Mm-hmm.
Oakley was the one who really instilled that confidence in Vince, because I remember Vince talking about it, where Oakley was just like, you're the man, and we'll protect you. Just go. But the management of Toronto just didn't do their job. They didn't keep the pieces they needed. They didn't bring in the talent.
They didn't give him the support that he needed to go to where he wanted to take the team.
And on top of that, remember, Toronto was a young team.
Very,
then,
yeah.
Right? So Toronto wasn't sexy.
Yeah.
It wasn't a city for...
No one wanted to come here, right? Yeah.
Agents.
Yeah, exactly. Because that was like, 7 years in to like the franchise. So, yeah, 95, yeah. So, yeah, that was...
But one thing that stood out to me, outside of him wearing the Toronto jersey, the dunk of death was one, but his first game back, I don't know if you guys remember, but his first game back as a net, and I actually met him that day.
Oh, nice.
When he hit the buzzer beater to send the game into overtime. Do you guys remember that? He hit that three.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull it up.
Mm-hmm.
He hit that three to send it to overtime.
And he turned.
And then after he ended the game with the alley-oop.
Mm.
That was his first game
Reverse
back.
alley.
What a guy. What a guy.
I was at game one where the Raptors actually had home advantage, and it was against the Nets. And that was the first playoff game with Vince coming back, like against Toronto. And the crowd was insane. Chris Bosh even said, he's just like, yeah, and that, again, Vince went off. Like, Vince, they got the Nets got the W. It was deflating, but Chris Bosh was like, "Yo, it was definite. It was always." But again, that was the history too. Like that's unfortunately that's the rep we had. Like, and that came with, over the years, people looking at Toronto. Oh, we got Toronto first round. Ah, this is nice. This is food.
That's
like,
rough, yo.
Right? And unfortunately,
like food, yo.
You know what? I didn't want to share this because it seemed like we're somewhat celebrating Vince, but now that we're throwing some shade, the one time that I met him, we're at Canada's Wonderland, and you know how they have the basketball spot, and you have to, you could shoot and get it in. I'm not over exaggerating. My bad, Vince. This guy must have missed at least like 15 in a row. Like, he was like, yo, give me the ball, let me shoot. Like, it was rough.
But were you laughing back then?
No, I was laughing. I was just like, yo, come on. Like, you're in the NBA. Like, I was thinking in my head, like, if I could jump, goddamn, like, that'd be good. That's what I was thinking.
But I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
I know Vince, the way he left was ugly, but would you say that he's the reason why Toronto Raptors still exists as a franchise?
No.
Money
of the city
you could
Still exists? No, I don't think so. I think
Listen, don't sleep. We easily could have lost not saying it was definitive. Like, there's no way to argue that, but like, we easily could have lost Toronto Raptors. Easily. Like, there was no, outside of Vince, what trajectory did we have to give reason that we had anything, any future? Like we didn't, like, what do we have?
And
we have a financial backing. We're a big city.
Exactly.
We're in
There's
the
an
top
interest in
5.
it, but
we ain't no Grizzly Bears out in Vancouver.
But if Vince wasn't putting asses in those seats,
fair.
Nobody would be like buying into the franchise to buy the merch, to go to the games.
But
to
I
start paying
think,
some of these
like,
guys
I'm not
to get TV time.
It's not solely dependent on him, though.
Bro, he was a highlight reel every single night.
I think he did a lot for the team, 100%. But then when he left, like, I don't think that, I don't know for a fact, but I don't think we were in like jeopardy of like losing the team for Toronto. Like Vancouver, yes. Like what did they do? What did they have? I'm not saying he didn't do a lot. I think that he did, but I just think that they put so much into the team, like after the fact, like to try to build something. Like I don't think we were on the verge of losing it. I don't know for a fact, but I think that he obviously did for sure help, because when it was like when the team first started, it was Stoudemire, and I loved him, Mighty Mouse, like all the way, like let's go. And like he did his little tricks, and like who else was it? Marcus Camby. Yeah, and
Marcus Camby didn't want to be here.
No one ever wanted to be here.
I mean,
exactly.
What's his name?
No, but Camby made it obvious from the very beginning, whereas Damon like did his run and it was like, yo, all right, it's time to boogie.
Yeah.
And was on the first thing smoking. But he still balled out. Camby came here and did nothing.
Yeah, Camby,
he made it very clear.
And he was ready to go early. Man had zero interest in staying here.
But when Vince wanted to leave, he also made it very clear. Wow. Very clear.
But he had reason. He had reason, but like that was.
He also got injured and was scared to play again after that, or that's what he portrayed.
He didn't portray that. The man said he was going to stop dunking, and that's what cheesed me the most. The man's like, "How are you going to say you're going to stop dunking?"
That's insane.
That was when I heard that, bro. I was just like, "You."
I lose off of you. I don't rate you anymore. I can't rate you.
Straight up.
Shit.
My one moment from Vince Carter being the highlight reel, though, I'll never forget playing midget basketball at Nike. We went to a tournament up in Sudbury. Done the tournament, like it's end of night now. We all go eat and we go back to the hotel now. The Raptors are playing the Bucks that night. Vince Carter did a windmill and something else the same game, and all of us game.
It's always crazy. When
all of us are packed up in the room on some like, yo, there's no way this guy's out here doing this stuff. And I that moment I have like embedded in my brain. All of us literally packed up in the hotel room watching Vince highlights.
Core memory for you.
So you saying Chauncey too? He should be going in.
Yeah, man. Yo, and the thing is, he has enough stats to just man. He does.
Okay, last thing before you go. I know you're the LeBron. I don't even know what to call you at this point, bro. But you're the LeBron specialist. Where are the Lakers sitting right now in the standings? Because we're trying to remember. Are they still in the 10th spot?
If I'm not mistaken. You see, I'm not following, in terms of the team accolades, I'm not following that much, not going to lie. But last time I checked, they're in the 10th spot, and I don't think there was any movement. But they're still in that play-in spot level.
I'm glad to know
they moved up
because they beat the Raptors last night. That much I know.
There's that 15-game stupid
friggin' losing streak. Dude,
15-game what?
What's the Raptors? What are they at right now?
Like
it's 15.
14 L's.
Yesterday, today, right? When did they lose? They played to 15, right?
That's how far removed I am from sports.
You didn't know that?
No, I promise you, I'm that far removed from sports. If it ain't football, I know nothing.
Do you not care?
I haven't seen Shannon Sharp or Stephen A. Smith on TV in months. I'm like, I know nothing. Like, I'm just Face, where you at with it? Because I thought you would have known that off the rip where the Lakers are sitting right now. And
I mean, once the playoffs start, I'll be more, inclined. But like, sadly, like the Raps aren't doing it. Like, I like to. It's just like, and again, time. So I'm not following it like that. Like, you know what I mean? But
This sounds crazy.
like, still, I'm still.
Like both you
I
and
know,
I are
right?
that far removed from sports.
I know,
right now in
I
life.
know. I'm not that far away from sports, my friend. I'm just not as knee deep in it like I was just because of the time. You know, I got a lot going on now, but still with it. And at the end of the day, but LeBron's playing sick. Like the field goal percentage, like, are you taking in? Like, he's not missing right now.
The mere
Like,
fact that he's been playing this.
Wasn't he like 49 shots or 50 shots away from being the NBA player that missed the most shots or something like that?
Yeah. But that's fine because you're the only player that dropped 40,000. Yeah, you're allowed to miss a few. Like, Kobe holds the record, by the way.
Does he?
He's gonna surpass Kobe. Yeah, he's gonna surpass Kobe. Like, that's the thing. Like, and I used to get at Kobe for this, you know what I mean, more so, but that's because like Kobe scored, but he also missed shots. Like, he missed a lot of shots, and Kobe would take a lot of questionable shots. He would hit a lot of.
You miss every shot you don't take. So
well, exactly. But like, LeBron got 40K off that, and he's just surpassing Kobe.
Quote. It's like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
I don't know if it's a Gretzky quote. I know it's just a sports like analogy quote thing.
Shout out Wayne Gretzky in that 1 year he spent at West Humber.
Boom.
Done. No.
Actually, lastly, before you go,
that's how you know it was the best school. That's how you know it was the best school. That's how you know. I had
one of his teachers.
West Humber was the best school, right?
With
your one nacky self sitting on this couch.
I was just gonna hit the chimes on you guys. I was just gonna hit the chimes and shut it all up.
Yeah,
hey,
but whatever.
Don't
Go
forget,
Vikings.
Hey, don't forget, we also had Shania Twain.
Look
She
at
also
that.
went to West Humber.
Look at that.
Goats,
Stacked out here. Who'd you guys have? Nobody.
Now we got a 1-2 people still. I just don't remember their names.
Who did you have?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know them either.
I'm gonna pull something so old care. I'm gonna pull that on you.
That was low.
That was great.
That was low.
That was fantastic.
Oh,
you can hit the chimes now, though. You can hit the chimes now.
That was a good one. No, last. Before you go, bro. I know you're a baseball man at the end of the day. How you feel about the Blue Jays? Sorry.
Yeah, what'd you just call them?
The New Jays?
No, that's not what I heard.
I heard something else.
I don't know, whatever it was, but
didn't hear that either.
How you feeling so far? What are they, like 5, 6, 7 games in now?
About, like, I think we're just hovering around 500, give or take.
Have you seen any? Or you're too busy packing?
Sorry?
Have you seen any games? Or are you too busy packing?
No. I've been taking in a bit of the games, not the whole thing, obviously, but I'm taking in one too. I didn't take in the no hitter, and that's obviously not a good look because it's like,
whoa! What was the no hitter?
The other day, bro.
Who's
we got no hit, fam. We got no hit.
Goodness.
And that's the thing. Like, we're always on the other end of it, man. Like I hate. That's one thing, and that's another thing that Toronto has to get off their back. Like, we have some sadly, we're more times on the nasty end of history than the favorable. Like, you know what I mean? And this was one, like, I can't tell you the last time we've been no hit, and the last time there was a single no hitter. Like, it's always been like combined. Like they're pulling pitchers nowadays. Nah, this man just got a no hitter, and he's anyway. Getting started, but it's still early. But hopefully, this year they have to do something. This year they have to do something because if nothing happens this year, I guarantee.
Heads are
gonna roll. Heads are gonna roll. Like, trust me, it's gonna be. They have to do something this year. They have to.
Hey man, there might be a reason they just redid the Rogers Center. So hopefully the Blue Jays can figure it out.
Don't know.
But I guess that's where we'll leave you until we say maybe next week or the week after for sure.
You'll see me. You'll see me just now. You already know.
All right, yo. Have a good day to you.
All right. Gang.
Love.
This episode is brought to you by Body Ammo. More than a look, it's a lifestyle. Pick up some Body Ammo to protect your mind, body, and soul. Now, back to some more of SUP.
Have you guys seen the Cybertruck yet?
Yeah, so one of my boys ordered it.
Okay.
He just ordered it, and the only person I haven't seen it in person, but Kim Kardashian posted that she had it.
Okay, so if you guys want to see it in person, go to Sherway Gardens.
Is it in the?
Yeah, they got it there.
Oh wow.
So I went and saw that.
Is it only in one? Is it like the dark gray color?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to call it that, but yeah.
Like a gunmetal. Like I haven't
Yeah,
seen
the
it. In
gunmetal.
I haven't seen it in a different color. But anyway, yeah, go on.
Someone's gonna eventually paint it.
I think so, but yeah.
It looks pretty dope in that color though.
Mm-hmm.
Like that futuristic color to it.
Yeah. It looks matte.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it shiny?
It's pretty shiny.
Oh.
Yeah. It's roomy. It's like it's got like this army feel to it, like a tank. You know?
You see how the outside looks very like geometric, like sharp corners. Does the inside look like that too?
No.
Does it look like luxury?
Yeah. Yeah. I'd imagine it'd be even more luxury once they actually roll it out here.
Is it more is it like just a massive screen?
It's roomy, just a massive screen. The steering wheel's super small. They got screens in the back too for whoever's sitting there.
Oh wow.
Already pre-built in. The way that you
in the headrest?
No. It's like here's the little department in the middle. So then there's actually, you know what? I don't remember now. I don't think it's in the headrest though, because people have done that. I felt like theirs was like right in this little
in the console, the middle console.
Yeah, in the back, where the air would be usually coming out from or whatever. Yeah.
Did you test drove it?
No.
Oh
no, I test drove their newest Model 3.
SUV.
No, so the Model 3 is their, I guess, like their car, the smallest one.
Oh, okay.
So they have a new shape coming out, new version of it coming out. And they've improved a few things on it, specifically their suspension. Like if you've ever driven a Tesla, like people complain about how their suspension's somewhat weak in the Model 3s at least. They've done a lot of updates to that. A lot of stuff is like even gone now. You know how you're doing the indicator sign? That's gone.
So how do you?
Yeah, there's like stuff on the actual steering wheel.
Oh.
There's next buttons that you could actually use, even how to reverse drive or whatnot. That's gone.
There's
as well.
no stick shift?
No. Well, that's been gone for a while, but I mean, they use it kind of like the van initially, but now it's like on screen or above right here where the lights would be, the headlights, not the headlights, the lights within the car.
Yeah.
There's something there where you'd have to press it, whether you want
to
park
reverse
anything. Yeah. So
Wait,
those are the two functionalities.
in your car. You don't have a
No,
Oh.
I just have the indicator thingamajig, whatever you call it.
But to
that's gone
reverse?
now. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So all that, but they've there's a new update that they recently passed too now where it's in the beta, I guess part of the research, but now it's starting to stop at red lights and stop signs and things of that nature, which
on its own.
On its own. Which is, I guess, my segue into the book that I was going to talk about. Because AI is improving at a rapid rate, and recognizing what they're doing with just Tesla, it's not just being utilized in that particular market with automobiles and stuff like that, right? So I was reading The Age of AI, and give me a sec. Damn it. Sorry. Can't even see what the hell the thing's called. The Age of AI and Our Human Future. So they're talking about everything that's been going on with it in different parts of the world that it could be related to, not just the fear of AI taking over, but like, what is it really doing right now? How is it really being utilized? And I'll read some of the chapters, like titles, that is just interesting, right? So for example, global networks and platforms, security and world order, which is a big one in my opinion. Human identity, AI and human identity. Remember that quote with, I don't remember that guy's philosopher's name, but he's like, I think, therefore I am, or whatnot. And then they're questioning.
Is that Socrates? No,
it's not.
Freud? No. Plato?
No, it's none of those guys. It's none of the. But now they're saying that, like a question.
Bother me.
Who says it?
Cogito?
Yeah, look it up.
Who?
Cogito? Cogito? This is.
It doesn't even matter. But they're saying, well, what does that do for us now if AI is able to think? And now it's like we're in a new realm is basically starting for human identity. You know, like the Enlightenment period was basically talking about how we would always rely on reason and then faith. And now it's like AI is involved in all these decisions. We were talking earlier about, we've heard all these songs now, right? where you got Tupac rapping Many Men, or like you got Biggie rapping on songs that he never rapped on, or whatever, other people doing other people's songs and the flow and all that's AI replicated. I get, and you were correcting me on this, where CGI is able to add in different, I guess, put in models or faces of people that no longer exist. Technology is getting in that regard to the point where they're going to have movies with these people now, fully starring people that have deceased and stuff like that. But outside of that, just how much of a difference it's making in, you're saying Apple in terms of medicine, right? The way that AI is able to pick out certain patterns and connect to neural networks and make patterns that humans are unable to see, or it eludes us, it's making a huge difference. Specifically, like breast cancer is a big one, right? Mm-hmm. So they're able to pick up on breast cancer way before. Certain blindnesses and certain things that are helping with your retina, making big differences over there as well. Agriculture, farming. I don't know where to go exactly, but like there's so much futuristic conversations that are going on in this book where they're talking about the benefits of it, outside of just the fear of, hey, AI is going to take over and it's going to turn on us and all that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. And that side of the coin, I feel like we look at way more, the fear of it,
right,
opposed to all the benefits that are coming with it. Mm-hmm. It's I think this book was only written I think it came out last year, the year before, but getting to the let's see, the present moment, which is no longer the present moment as far as the book is concerned, but understanding all of the opportunities that are available and how at the rapid pace that it's going to be improving. It's an interesting read for whoever would want to get caught up on that information.
But like you're saying, it's like the fear of what could be. I think that ties in. Did you keep going with The Alchemist? Like it ties into one of their, like the lessons and the pillars of that. So I feel like people tend to, focus on like it's new and it's something that's unknown. So like you're scared of the possibility of where it could go rather than focusing on like all the benefits that it could bring.
100%. What is that? The other quote, we fear what we don't understand, mm-hmm. by something Thompson or Smith or whatever mm-hmm. his name was. But bringing up Socrates, there was a point where Greek philosophers considered writing a threat. So like everything that we know about Socrates, he never wrote any of that. All that's recorded by Plato. Mm-hmm. So even back then, he would go on about writing's going to take away our ability to think and actually converse in dialogue. It's similar, well, not similar, but that realm of thought is existent since then, and probably before then too. Yeah. So it's going to continue to go on. But now it's like there's different governing bodies that are like involved. Yeah. China and the US being the big ones because they're investing a lot of money in this sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. From, just hacks and different kinds of hacks to actual drones, planes, the way that they're utilized. They're already saying that they're able to outmaneuver the way that humans would do certain things.
Even if you think of like AI and war, mm-hmm. right? So you can use, or a computer now, like instead of sending in men or people, you don't have to sacrifice life to like accomplish whatever. So even if like going to the like space and further and going to Mars and all this stuff, like if it's all used with like AI and not humans, like there's so much more advancement and places that humans can't go that it can. Yeah. Like even when, what they say, like NASA like only studied the ocean for like, I don't know, 50 or something amount of years, I can't remember, and then stopped. But I don't know if it's because of like the safety or what was there or anything like that, but they can use AI to do all this stuff. And who knows how far that can go and where it'll take humanity actually. So
exactly. And that's where it'll take humanity is a big part of that, because now it's even more endless as far as possibilities. 100%. Yeah. And that was like another point that they were making that I'll quickly look up here. Deep learning. And then there's so we know AI and then there's AGI. And that's the ability, like this is like the thing where everybody kind of fears, where it's able to learn by itself, have human-like or human level like intelligence. Or
What does it stand for?
Artificial generative intelligence. And now it's also capable of teaching and learning from itself and further advancing certain AIs and specific AIs. So, for example, if you're like a professor,
that scary.
It could be, right? So yeah, they don't talk about the fear part of it yet, because ultimately we're still in control of what's going on.
But are you? Are we? If you're saying that it can learn from itself and teach itself, and learning is
like, with the information that's being provided to it, so it'll be able to look up certain patterns that are, that would take too long for us to recognize or see.
But are they saying that it cannot even, like, if you give it like information like 1, 2, 3, like, can't it learn like 5, 6, 7 on its own without us giving it to them? Like, isn't that giving the AI that information?
That'll be like something that like a regular program now could do, right? The example I'll give you is, they have this thing called AlphaZero, and it played itself in chess to learn how to play chess and better understand certain moves. You guys familiar with chess? You know, like
you can play chess like that?
Yeah, man. I learned when I was a kid. I used to play with my brother, my dad.
You?
Yeah.
Same. I think that's like a huge benefit of older siblings. Shout out Humberwood.
On the table used to sit right there, so I might have to bring it back one of these weeks before we start, and might have to have a little tournament real quick or something.
Yeah, when Humberwood came to Elm Bank, we
all day.
Yeah. Shout out Miss McIntosh.
Anyways,
but on that level, so it's playing.
Shout out the Hurricanes.
It's playing itself, and it's learning. Like, computers have been able to beat chess masters like for a while now, right? But this particular program is playing in such a way that it will like sacrifice certain pieces that are completely unrelated to any move that a regular player would make.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, it'll sacrifice its queen and change the entire strategy of how to play, because it's not so concerned with the reasoning. It's more concerned about the probability of it winning. And now that's just chess. But now applying that into a war scenario and other realms, it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Requires some level of control and all that stuff. But they point that all out.
What do you feel about it?
I think we should be learning it. Like, if there's some, like, everyone should be learning some form of program.
Do you use any like AI programs?
ChatGPT is like the main thing that I would use.
I use it quite often.
Me too. I'm trying to become more and more familiar with it.
For anything, like, if I don't want to like write out an email to like, respond to something I have to do, or like just.
So how does it work? What do you do?
I just like take the email, I take whatever email I get, and then I put it in there, and then I'm like, please respond in whatever manner I want. So please be direct while still being professional, and then it'll do it. And then if I like it, then cool, I'll keep it. If I don't, and I'm like, be more professional or be more direct or make it better. Even better, better.
You're typing this?
I'm just saying, so I put in the email, like you copy and paste.
But when you're saying better to ChatGPT, are you typing better?
Yeah.
Or are you just saying it
make it better? Yeah. I type in, make it better.
You should play with it. Everyone should play with it. You get the
make it more concise, make it more direct, make it more professional.
That's the next thing that they
bring. But what it's spitting back at you is specific to, like, if you're making mention to a brand.
Yeah. So I've done it. I also do it for like my business. So I'm like, write a caption for a gem bear.
Yeah.
And use hashtags to gain interaction and involvement on my page.
You could do it for a workout.
And then it'll like make the caption and make hashtags for me, and then I'll just like. If I like it, if I like it, yes. But if I'm like, make it better, make it longer, make it more direct, make it more clear, make it more focused. Like, and then once you start that conversation with them, it remembers like that my business is body ammo, and that I make this, and I use a lot of energy and crystals and gemstones, and it'll just do it based on what you direct it to do. So I can say like, create a caption as the top marketing manager in the world on Gem Bears, and then it'll do it in 2 seconds.
I don't know if I'm ready for all this.
You're gonna have to get ready. They even talk about how like right now, I don't know if you use Alexa or Google Home.
Don't.
All the time.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with my
All the
Alexa
time.
too. Yeah, like it's.
I don't look up anything anymore. And I like even today, like to my phone, I'm like Alexa. I'm like shit, Siri. Like I forget.
So they talk about how kids are going to depend on that more. So they'll have like more advanced versions of Alexa to be their tutor, their potential babysitter.
I want to vomit right now.
Their teacher. Like it's going to be.
Don't you hear kids like always like, hey, like they'll say it.
Why do you want to vomit?
This sounds so disturbing to me.
Like how?
Because where do you get to enjoy the human experience?
That's a part of it. Like that's a part of the questioning in it. Like what
experience? Though.
What is this is exactly what I'm trying to say. So like when it says human identity, this is a big shift in what is human identity anymore as this is integrated more and more into our regular day-to-day
even
life.
Having to tell ChatGPT to formulate these things for me, like where is your imagination?
Okay, so the thing where that like that part I understand.
Me too.
But it's where it's the culture of like instant gratification. So I don't have to sit and like I just need this done. I need 8 things done right now, and if I do them all, it's going to take me X amount of time. So if I'm like, if I need to convert centimeters into feet, I can't do that mentally, like, or I'd have to go into my phone and then be like, Google it. Like, what is like 14,000 centimeters in feet? I don't know. But or I can just be like, hey Siri, what's 14,000 centimeters in feet? And she'll tell me.
But it almost takes away from the human experience. And I don't like, you know that oftentimes you hear athletes refer to the championship as not the real feeling. It was the journey. You're giving everybody a cheat code to life. Like when you actually exercising your own mind.
But it's sometimes it's about working smarter and not harder.
Yeah, but who are you working harder for?
Hold on.
You're working smarter for yourself.
That too, but like
to satisfy who?
To your point though, you have an option.
You think so?
You could be. Like,
you're losing the experience.
To be honest,
that is life.
If I have to create for Instagram for my page to grow, I have to create 3 posts a day, and post 3 times a day. So if I have to come up with content, this, that, yeah, it could take me a day to do it, or it could take me 10 minutes and then I can work on other things.
In order for everybody to sustain in the future, I feel like everybody's going to have to be their own show in some form or fashion. And it's almost a matter of you choosing whatever platform you like choose to advertise yourself or whatever brand you own. Like you are your own billboard, your commercial, and your content. Am I making sense? And it's going to turn into some type of bartering system where like I can share this with you if you share that with me. And we're going to have to like keep track of all of our transactions using the blockchain and Bitcoin stuff.
Yeah.
Am I making sense? Are you still following me?
I'm following you, but
so
what's the point?
I'm not. You kind of lost me.
The Truman Show. Have you seen that movie?
Mm-hmm.
Where he's literally capturing his life in real time. Every one of us are going to have to do that in some way.
We're not going to have to, but it's heading that direction. So I get what you're trying to say.
And we're going to have to use things like ChatGPT to help us in doing this.
I think you're...
I don't know make it fat to speed it all up.
I just feel like are you stating that if you don't do it, you'll get left behind?
Yeah, like society's driving each one of us to be content creators in some form or fashion. Like the majority of people, I think.
I don't know.
I think the pandemic helped a lot of people in tapping into their creativity in some way or whatever their true passion is.
That I agree, but I don't think everybody is on that plane of like wanting to be a content creator or like wanting to put themselves out there in that capacity. I don't think everybody's like that.
Going back to the original thing that I'm saying, it's not just related to that realm though, right? like I was sharing, it's related to medicine, which is big. It could be incorporated in finances, which is huge. They got like a way to involve it in agriculture. So like go ahead.
What about legally? So like if they use it in finances and it's like or like I don't know, like at a casino or something like that. Like in finances, if you're doing it for like stocks and like you're trying to predict or like things that you're not supposed to do, right? Insider trading and all this stuff. And like if it's AI, who do you like, where's the law with that? Which I think is the same thing for like Bitcoin and like crypto and stuff like that, right? Like there's no law governing that.
Yep.
So I feel like all that has to come into play too.
No, there's going to be a lot of like novel factors that are going to need a review.
Yeah.
I don't know about predictions with that, as in like stocks and stuff like that. But they do talk about it related to agriculture. So being able to predict, which you could kind of do now, but in a more in-depth way, administration of pesticides, their connection to causing cancers or causing diseases, how many crops you could expect to yield, like stuff like that. Like there was this one example that they were talking about. There's a specific disease that someone had, and they were looking for the how I pronounce this, molecular I can't say it properly, structure related to not genetics, but other existing medicines or what'd be the word? Let's just say medicines for now. Being able to figure out how this can be utilized outside of its normal use to be able to find a cure for this particular thing. And they were able to, like, AI was able to do that better than a human could do it. And the amount of time that it would have taken us to do it, right? There was this, like, they're trying to mimic it based on the human brain. So, like, we have neurons and synapses connecting our brain in different parts of it, right? So they're trying to organize this as an AI in a similar way. And then machine learning added to that would be like, it finds different patterns of information. Then you add more information to the existing information. If you were to look at like a chart, for the sake of an example of what I'm saying, it'll create deeper bridges between certain things and be able to utilize that information to find an answer or potentially predict an answer for whatever it's trying to resolve, where mathematically it would take us like forever to do it. Like we wouldn't see that pattern in the long term. So that's
interesting.
It's very interesting in that sense. But when you're saying to just media and the world's going to go that direction, it doesn't have to. They talk about that too. Like people could, you know, like there's a lot of people that still exist outside of the technical realm,
Rage
right?
against the machine.
Well, Amish people,
yeah,
or Mennonites.
Yeah, but we outnumber them millions to one.
The point is the options available. You don't have to adapt to this.
I mean, well,
I feel like there's also a lot more people that want to live off the grid now. Like they want to like build their own, like cultivate their own like community. I feel like that's a thing too. So it depends. I think it just depends on what path you want to take.
A lot of them still don't a lot of them still have an online presence in some way?
No. Well, I don't know.
Because we hear them talking about it.
Right.
So, so that means like at the end of the day, everybody has to have some type of platform that they're presenting themselves on. And like to just, I don't know. Like if everybody's an independent at some point, we're all gonna have to generate income in some way, whether it's just a matter of like we're trading or we gotta live. We have to eat. We have to sleep. We have to.
I know. I just don't think everyone has to take that path. Like some people are just going to be content working their whatever they're doing.
When you say we, right? Define we.
What do you mean?
Like who's we?
Humans? People?
There's so much of the world that's completely out of that loop. Completely out of that loop.
In terms of the internet and stuff?
Internet, technology, having something to sell, it's becoming more and more open to them, like as the global market increases.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, though, there's probably some guy that all he knows how to do is farm, and all his parents just knew how to farm, or they just know how to, I don't know.
I also wonder if I don't know. Am I speaking for myself when I say all of us in this room share in the idea that it's a matter of having your own business and trying to sustain your business as opposed to working for a major corporation of some sort?
I'd like to think so. We all have our independent businesses, and we're heading that direction.
Is it just us getting to that point at this age versus not caring as much when we were 19, 20, 21?
Technology's changed a lot since we were 19 and 21. And then to the point of what we might have been saying, how to use AI right now, it might take away from your originality or whatever, but it's like you coined saying, work smarter.
Mm.
Like use it to implement it the way it is and stay on top of it. Continue learning all the tools that are accessible.
It just allows you to do more. For me personally, it allows me to do more in less time. And I've had my business for almost over 13 years. So I started it a really long time ago. But the way in which, obviously, with anything, I think, like when you utilize technology to innovate your business and grow and things like that, which something that would have taken you like maybe a week to produce, now you can do it in a day. And you still have your creativity and stuff around that.
I'll give you 2 examples that are even more relatable outside of just that realm, right? Just your research alone. The amount of time that it would take you to research something, where this could just get your points down for you. Now, if you want to be very specific with something, type that in, get that information.
It's just like what you were talking about before, like I think it was last episode, and you're like, yo, do you remember when you had to like look up something in an encyclopedia?
Yeah.
And then now what do? You Google it. Now what do people do? Ask ChatGPT, or like you search it on a different, every time it's evolving into something else. So like that's just where I think society is going. I'm not gonna look up because I'm gonna lose I'm not gonna look up something in an encyclopedia when I can Google it because it's faster for me. So
that is very true.
Yeah.
I'll try to implement some more of that into my life then.
Try it. You never know.
I need help setting up my ChatGPT though.
I'll help you.
No, you could download the app still. I
can download the app, you said?
Yeah.
You got to download a few apps.
A few? Can I use your logins?
No. No.
Why?
Absolutely not.
Come on, bro. I have to pay for it then?
No, it's free.
ChatGPT and whatever other apps you're talking about?
The other apps I was talking about were dating apps. I was just making a joke.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just ChatGPT and it's free.
Oh, man. I wish I had the laughs on cue for that one.
Yo, to pivot real quick though. I like the jacket. So props on that.
Yeah, basic ones outside.
Yeah. Well, she inspired you to show the side, right?
Hey.
But yo, do you guys ever watch their commercials? Because I feel like Red Bull's commercials are the best.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah.
So there was this guy, Dom Tomato, where he does what is it, parkour? Which scares me. Watching some of these videos when these guys are just flipping off of buildings, landing on like ledges and whatever, crazy. Add that in if you can at some point. But the stuff that this guy is doing, and it's a Red Bull commercial, it's ridiculous. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I rate those guys still. The reason why I love Red Bull though is Marquez.
Like, if I could have a superpower, like something somewhat human, like, I would love to be able to do something like that. The flips that these guys just do and the craziness that they do, that'd be crazy. That's almost like a superpower. Like a super stuff. Oh, I can't do it either, but I'm just saying it's like, I rate it heavy. Even like to just have that.
It's a lot of calisthenics.
Oh man, to have like
a lot.
Lack of words, the balls to do that, the courage to do that. Craziness. But anyway, go watch this page.
On that note, we do kind of have to get out of here. It's almost that time of day, but
only going up this year.
Anyways, on that note, this happened to be another episode of SUP, for short, speak your perspective for long. Big up Face once again. Happy to hear that he was able to join us.
For sure.
For that quick, 5-10 minutes to give his take. You're in that much of a rush to get out of here, right, SB?
No, I'm just heating up my car.
Anyways, before you go, Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification button on the way out. Hit us in the comments. We did have one take we were trying to get to this week, but we will definitely include it next week.
It's a hot one. It's a hot one. Come back for it.
Only going up this
We should
year.
start the episode with it.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys again next time.
Like, subscribe, share.
Engage.